I want to wish you a very happy crypto new year for 2020. In this last video of 2019, I want to kind of give you my thoughts on what's been going on in 2019 with some of the cryptocurrency projects, the pros and the cons, and also what we could be looking forward to in 2020, the year, the hindsight that people have been really looking forward to for a game changer in the cryptocurrency space, similar to the one that happened in 2017 with the bull run. And could we be seeing that again? So in this last video of 2019, first of all, I would like to say that I'd like to thank every single one of you for being with me since I started this channel at the beginning of 2018 and the bear market that we've been going through, and for supporting me with all my educational content for you and also for me in order to educate myself and learn better what the crypto space is all about. Of course, all these different projects that have been created, all these startups, all these tutorials that I've been doing, and all these different things that have helped me learn a lot along the way and will continue to do so in 2020. But it seems like we're actually ending the year with Bitcoin priced at just over $7,000, and some people were actually worried that we may end the year with Bitcoin under 6K. So it looks like Bitcoin does want to hold strong going into 2020 and gone into 2020 already for some of you, especially people in Australia, in Asia, and so on. So let's have a look at the prices really quickly. So it is a red day today, not a very red day. Neo is trading at $8.80 and Ontology is trading at 52 cents, holding above that strong support line of around 50 cents. Now we've got the biggest winners closing the year, which is Eidos Kunin, which I haven't heard of, and I would be very concerned about looking into this project too much. It could just be a pump and dump, maybe I'm wrong. Horizon, Made, Safecoin, Bytecoin, etc. And the biggest losers are Silverway, Luna, Stratus, and Komodo, ending the year like that. But just to kind of talk a little bit about what has been going on in 2019. So we started off pretty bad, right? I mean, it was the bear market ending 2018 in a red time with Bitcoin price really low. But we had seen a pickup in the price when it came to June 2019. Okay, so in June, kind of end of May to June 2019 is when we started seeing the mini bull run begin, at least for Bitcoin, and not only for Bitcoin but also for alts. Like we've seen, for example, Ontology 3x, Bitcoin 3x. We've seen other projects 3x as well. So a lot of these projects that were like priced really, really low have actually managed to grow substantially as well compared to their end of the year price in 2018. So the question is, will we be seeing something similar in 2020? Well, it's very likely we will, because in 2020 we will have the Bitcoin halving, which is due to happen in May of 2020. And I will be doing a dedicated video next year talking about the Bitcoin halving and what is it all about, for those of you that don't already know. Now, with regards to 2019, so some of these projects, for example, Ontology, they have managed to pull off some partnerships. Not a lot of great ones, right? Some smaller ones, but also one of the good ones, for example, with Chainlink recently to try to work with oracles and things like that. Neo have been struggling to keep their dApps, and not only their dApps, but also the coins that have deployed smart contracts on there since the ICO stage. A lot of them have migrated over to other blockchains. So since I started this channel and I've been covering a lot of dApps from Neo, a lot of these crypto startups from Neo, which had their ICO on there, I kind of feel like, you know, it's amazing that they made so many promises and a lot of them couldn't keep these promises, be it because it was a long bear market, they ran out of funding, they didn't start their token sale funds on time and things like that. So this is what happens with the crypto projects, with crypto startups in general. When you have a bear market, this is very much expected. Some of them were just trying to make money from the token sale, make promises and not deliver them, right? So, but we have seen some that have actually delivered, right? So we can see, for example, Binance Chain, right? Binance, the Binance coin from the Binance exchange has been doing pretty well. They have managed to grow substantially. They have had a great year, right? So there was no bear market for Binance for 2019, right? We have actually seen it growing like crazy, and it'll probably continue to grow in 2020. Hence why I've done this top 5 crypto prediction video and actually mentioning Binance as one of them because I do believe they're going to do pretty well. Engine, for example, have had a great year of 2019. Maybe not in terms of price. You may argue the price was probably better in most of 2018 than in 2019. But the good thing about Engine is that they've attracted a lot of game startups to build on Engine software development toolkit and to have all these in-game assets on Engine using the Ethereum blockchain. So that is pretty good stuff because it shows you that they're really focusing on that gaming niche and trying to tackle the problems within the gaming world and attracting more game developers. So it won't be long, I think, before they'll attract some big giant like maybe the guys from World of Warcraft to develop on Engine. That is very likely to happen too. I'm not saying it will, but it is a possibility, or maybe some other giant, right? Games like Dragon Ball, for example, which are extremely popular by Bandai, maybe they will decide to use Engine, right, in order to develop their future games. Who knows? Anything is possible. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes except for the team themselves, right? So other things like that, right? Other than that, Bitcoin, I mean, of course, apart from the Bitcoin price, we have some exchanges like Bitfinex, which has recently started supporting Bitcoin the Lightning Network, which means very fast transactions for Bitcoin, which will help with mass adoption. So let's see what happens in 2020 and if we're going to see more of that. And the other thing is, like I was saying, the Bitcoin halving is due to happen in May 2020. And historically speaking, after a Bitcoin halving, we did have a massive price surge. So many people are expecting the same. Now, probably that is the reason why we're not going below 7K for too long, because people are FOMOing back in, thinking that May is not that long away. And even if we're not going to get a price spike before the halving, if we do get a price spike even 2-3 months after the halving, that'll mean big profits for many people. And again, that's not financial advice. This is just assumptions based on historical data. So based on these assumptions, many people are bullish on Bitcoin. And I'm not saying that there isn't a high probability this could happen. It very likely could, but it's just something for you to be aware of. So yes, let's actually talk a little bit about some of the predictions of what may happen in 2020, cryptocurrency trends, and this is actually from entrepreneur.com. I found this article from today. Just some of the trends that you could watch out for in 2020. So decentralized finance is one of them that could really take off in 2020. We've seen projects like Kava Labs. I have done a review of Kava. Do check it out on the top right hand corner. Where I talk about them, and they're being supported by Ripple. They have received funding from Ripple. So we'll see how they take off, and also other projects that are using DeFi, right? There are many of them out there that are trying to move into the DeFi space, trying to promote cryptocurrencies as a way for taking loans. And so, yeah, that's very good, right? Because we're seeing the banking power going to people's hands rather than to institutions, right? So that is pretty good stuff. Ethereum 2.0's phase has reached the final phase of testing with the launch of the public multi-client testnet. And of course, we may see Ethereum proof of stake happening in 2022. Who knows? We'll have to see if that happens. Now they have generated confidence around the novel Ethereum blockchain. A partial launch could be seen in 2020 of 2.0. Crypto derivatives as well have substantially grown in size and accessibility. Earlier, there were just a few exchanges offering them. Now, a majority of them enable their investors to trade in futures as well as options for large cap cryptocurrencies. This development will make the market more competitive in 2020 as more exchanges jump to the picture, right? So that is pretty important as well. Like, for example, we've seen with Bakkt. And we may see more of these crypto derivatives happening, right? Who knows? We'll have to see how 2020 plays, because I think that, in my personal opinion, after the Bitcoin halving, if we were going to get a price pump again, then I think that it's going to attract a lot of attention from the media. People that have been bullish with cryptocurrencies in 2017 simply because of the quick gains and have left the space because they were like, no, I've lost money, or I'm losing money, or I don't want to be in it anymore, and they don't believe in the tech, are gonna be back, right? You gotta be real here, right? They're gonna be back because they're gonna be attracted by the media. They're gonna be attracted by the news articles, which are gonna be posted everywhere. That Bitcoin's price has surged, I don't know, 5x or 10x, or who knows how much it's actually gonna grow after the halving, because obviously Bitcoin is going to be scarcer in terms of productivity from miners, so they're not going to get as much from the block reward. But like I said, I will be doing a dedicated video explaining exactly what that is in case you don't already know. But Yeah, Lightning Network is the next thing here that they're talking about. So Lightning Network has turned out to be a boom in disguise for crypto traders. It is a layer 2 payment protocol that is implemented on any blockchain-based cryptocurrency. It paves the way for instant Bitcoin transaction settlements. The protocol uses off-chain data to catalyze the transaction speed and also decreases the associated charges, which is all about, right? This is what it's all about, because you want to get cheaper transaction fees when you're transacting, not only speed but also cheap, right? In the year to come, we will be witnessing the establishment of more nodes, channels, and applications that build on Lightning Network infrastructure. So there is a likelihood that Lightning Network might be a game changer for Bitcoin, together with the halving. So this combination could be very powerful for Bitcoin and to take it up forward and to make more institutions looking into adoption of cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin itself. Although many of them are just working on their own blockchain, let's be honest. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to create their own centralized entity instead of focusing on Bitcoin when it comes to fast transactions for fast payments. I can see a lot of use cases where Bitcoin is just not useful, right? For example, in-game assets like Engine is doing. Like, this is why I'm really bullish on Engine, because they're focusing on this specific niche which not even Bitcoin can touch. I mean, how can Bitcoin focus on non-fungible tokens? How can Bitcoin create that software development toolkit to allow game developers to develop games on Bitcoin, right? I don't think that's even possible, to be honest. So hence why I'm saying that there are some certain use cases for altcoins that I think are going to do really well on the side, right? Together, side by side with Bitcoin. Bitcoin could grow significantly, but also all these other projects too. And of course, you're going to get a lot which are just going to simply die out because they're trying to copy other bigger projects which have already established themselves. They've got the funding, they've got the power. Now, privacy in transactions. Again, there has been an increasing concern around privacy of transactions within the market. Thankfully, we have seen the development of privacy tools to serve the purpose. For instance, Ernst & Young have developed Nightfall for private transactions over the Ethereum ecosystem and things like that. So we've got Monero too. We had some problems with the Grin. It was supposed to be private, but I have done a video on that, so do check it out. It is a news video where I disclose how one person, by running one node, which is worth like $60, was able to uncover some of these transactions. Not the amounts, but the addresses, right? And that's pretty scary, to be honest. Well, not the addresses, but more like the from and the to, right? Because you don't actually use addresses when you're sending. You're using HTTP requests when you're sending Grin. It's just a specific, it's a kind of a unique blockchain in a way, because it uses a different protocol, it uses the Mimblewimble protocol for privacy. And there's also ways that you can send via documents, via actual files. But the HTTP request method is the most common one by running nodes, and this is how this person was able to uncover some of these transactions. So that means that it's not really private anymore. So people are now going back and looking at the classic privacy coins like Monero, for example. Crypto-friendly regulations is another thing. So Wyoming, a state in the US, has enacted around 13 laws around blockchain and cryptocurrencies over the past 2 years. And suddenly the least populous state of the US has become a global hotbed for cryptocurrency companies. This is because these regulations are digital banking friendly and distinguish digital assets into 3 different categories. It barely came as a surprise as other US states and regulatory bodies followed suit. We can anticipate other regulators to do the same in the upcoming year. So that is pretty cool, right? That we're seeing states in the US, because we know that people in the US, people in America are very bullish on cryptocurrencies. They want to feel that freedom of being able to do what they want with their own money without having been told what to do. So this is why we're really happy to see this sort of stuff, because we want people in the US to be able to freely trade cryptocurrencies without that stress, right? And to be honest, I'm not really happy with the fact that they're being taxed so much with cryptocurrencies over there, even for crypto to crypto trading. I mean, why can't they just be free, to be honest? Why can't they just charge you when you convert to fiat, right? Convert to fiat like they got in Europe, for example. Why can't they be a bit more loose in that sense, right? Why do they need to, generate all this unnecessary hassle, right? And I know a lot of you that watch this channel are from the US, so you'll probably have something to say in the comments below about this. What is your opinion? So lastly, 2020 is going to be quite vital for blockchain technology and the broader ecosystem, and a majority of experts believe that there will be a secular bull market secular bull market in 2020 as the period of consolidation seems to be fading out. Digital assets have already become a force to reckon with, and it will be interesting to see how the upcoming year pans out. So yeah, I think 2020 should be good for crypto. It will mean that 3 years have passed since the last bull run. So could we possibly see the next bull run in 2020? People are even scared to state it. People are even scared to state it simply because this bear market was so long and it hurt so many people that they're worried. But I think that with the halving, and I think that with Bitcoin Lightning Network, it's going to attract attention. All this attention will come from Bitcoin, and then it'll disperse across the alts. Some of the top alts, of course, not all of them will survive. That was it from today. I'd like to wish you a happy new year once again. I'll see you in 2020 in my next video, the first video in 2020, which is probably going to be about the Bitcoin halving. That is my aim. So thank you very much for watching this video, and please subscribe if you're new, and of course like the video if you enjoyed it. I very much appreciate it. See you in 2020. Take care. Bye bye.